Yeah, of course.
Excellent.
So, and we were the first the first one was German Channel. And then there were only Anglo-Saxon writers.
That's right.
And we were the only, and are still, I think, the non-Anglo-Saxon who got it. It was since 71.
Yeah. Well, I've never won an Edgar. I've never even been
What do
nominated.
they think about that?
I really don't know. But I was president of Mystery Writers of America, which there have only been 2 European-born presidents of MWA, Georges Simenon first and then me, so I'll take that as better than an
Yeah, that's a fantastic thing.
But the publication elsewhere was not consistent.
No, crime writers were not translated to any language. Maybe to Danish. And the first time Rosanna was published in another country, was in Denmark. And we thought, wow, we are almost
global.
And then I guess and then finally Germany.
I have a couple of vintage paperbacks from the US, Rosanna and The Man on the Balcony, but they chose those 2. And then, of course, when the Latin Policeman, was it when the Edgar, they quickly published that. But it was not, it's nothing like today, where entire series are published all over the world.
Every year, I think there were about 10 new Swedish crime writers. And it's always said from the publishing house, this book has been translated to 33 languages. They sell it at the Frankfurt Book Fair, and then they tell, this guy is going to write this and that book and a series of it for 10, 12 books. And then the foreign publishers buy it because it's Swedish. It's Scandinavian noir.
How do you feel that prominence now? I mean, that's enough to sell a book now. Certainly enough to get a TV series. How do you feel? It's been a 50-year journey from obscurity to dominance. Do you have an explanation for that? For why it's so popular?
No, I'm not. I don't know why. It's not that fantastic, is it?
Far be it from me to say.
We just had great fun for 10 years.
Was it always going to be 10 years? It was going to be 10?
Yeah, we decided from the start. 10 books, not more, but not less. And so we wrote 1 each year.
Why? I mean, why? What was that thought process?
We thought about Balzac. We thought we were doing a big novel.
Oh, I see. One long novel split into 10 segments.
Yeah.
Because the whole series originally had a subtitle.
Yeah, Novel of a Crime.
So, I know that sadly Per fell sick and died anyway at the 10-year mark. But suppose that he hadn't, and suppose it had been a big success, would you still have stopped at 10?
Yes.
Even if lots of people had offered you millions of dollars?
Yes.
Awesome. I love this one. This is integrity on legs.
Well, it was a project that we decided to do, and we did it, and then it was finished.
And what was the next project?
The next project was for Per to write a book about modern warships. He had all the books about modern warships, and he always made some notes in there on each page, so he changed it. So he would probably spend a couple of years writing kind of stand up for
I think you would have lost this audience completely. From Martin Beck to modern warship.
Me too. I wanted to do it.
And what did you do afterwards?
Well, I was a translator, and I didn't think, after Claire's death, they of course wanted me to keep on writing Martin Beck stories. But I didn't like to sit on my own to write 300 pages. I thought that was too lonesome. And in the start, the children were still in school. So I kept on writing short things, short stories sometimes, or if somebody wanted an article about something that was interesting for me, I wrote that. And some poetry, and some texts to my friends' jazz musicians. And things like that could be done in a night or two.
So what had been the process then? You had you literally sat face to face over a table?
Yes.
And worked together permanently?
Yes.
So it would have really been not only difficult to do on your own, but probably emotionally impossible to do on your own.
It was, we were so tight. So we spent lots of time to talk about what kind of story. For the first book we talked a lot about the characters, of course,
yes,
and about the language that we use.
The first one with the victim being an American tourist, was that a conscious decision?
Yeah.
To introduce a, I would put it crudely, to open up another market. Were you looking to sell it in America? Or?
No, we never imagined to get published in America. But we thought it could be fun to show how Swedish, the Swedish police were. They could hardly talk to a policeman in another country because it was so closed, and like very innocent kind of country. It was at that time.
It comes across that way, yes, and of course there was no instant communication back then. This was, it was difficult to call. It was Nebraska that Inspector Kafka, was it not, who was the American, and the communication was difficult. Although I was, on rereading the book, I was very surprised that actually the lack of cell phones and computers and stuff did not really stand out. I mean, maybe I'm old-fashioned, I didn't notice their absence, but it made it very poignant that they had to send this inquiry, as it were, into the ether, and then it was weeks or months before they would receive a reply.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
Before all these computers.
So the American thing was really just to have a far distant exotic foreigner, as if from a different planet.
Yeah. We started when we went with this ship through Sweden.
Oh, you did that voyage yourself?
We did that for fun. And there was an American girl. She was very beautiful. She was alone. And she was standing watching the Swedish landscape. And Per was standing there watching her. So I said we kill her. So that was started.
Well, that's a great sort of what if. What if this woman didn't make it to the next stop?
Yeah.
So, my memory of that first book is the doggedness of it, and it took months and months that investigation.
Yes, yeah. And they realized it also realized that they could find out through contacting all the passengers and ask, is there someone who took some pictures or even a film? And I mean, if that happened today, everybody has a look.